then. Oh, Matthew, almost your birthday? Awesome. Okay. Give me a second, let me share my screen. Awesome, awesome. So what did we do last class again? Can someone give me a refresher? What did we do last class? Just to see if you guys know your stuff. Oh, Lucas?
We learned about flow.
Yep, awesome, correct. Oh, as mentioned, introduction was 2 classes ago, actually, but
So like
flow.
the introduction to yourself.
Yeah, I introduced myself every class. Okay, I guess I'll do it again then. In case you don't know me, I'm Max. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so last class we talked about flow, we talked about how you can give a speech easily, and there were, I think, 6 main things that help you. Let me just go back to those slides. So there was Obama's speech, there was slowing down, listening to yourself, listening to others, and there was taking time preparing, seizing any opportunity to speak, and using your own words. So these are just like a summary of what we talked about last class. So now let's move on to this class, which, in case you do not already know, we're going to be talking about articulation. So anybody know what articulation means? Probably hear it in music if you play an instrument. Anyone want to give it a guess?
Like how do you
The articulation is something that is in your mouth that makes you talk better, sound better.
Yeah, like how you make yourself sound better. Yeah,
Yeah,
Kathy?
I play instruments as well.
Cool. Kathy,
how do you pronounce
how you
like
pronounce stuff?
yeah.
Yep. All right, yeah, correct. Articulation is the way you pronounce stuff, the way you say it, and in music, it'd be like the way you play a note. So there's like this thing called staccato, that funny hat thingy. This is like it's just the way your note sounds. Like it can sound different but be the same note. So yeah, it's essentially pronunciation. In Chinese, actually, I think it uses a lot more articulation because it has those four, like each word has 4 sound, each vowel has 4 sounds. It's like uh so like 4 different ways of saying words. So I think Chinese uses a lot more pronunciation than English does. And that's what also one of the main reasons why Chinese is so hard for to learn if it's not your mother tongue. And it's just hard to learn in general. Yeah. So now articulation is just like how you pronounce things. So I'm gonna ask you guys one more question. Wait, why articulate? Why is it important to be able to pronounce things? Anyone? No one? Come on, guys, give it a shot. I think we have it in our rules that you have to raise your hand for every question. So I'm not seeing a lot of hands right now. Yeah, Lucas. Awesome.
So you could sound better.
Yeah, so you could sound better, right? What else? Why is it important that you say words properly, that you say things properly and you're saying it in the right way?
So people can understand.
Yeah, so people can understand. Yeah, so that was what I was leaning towards. Articulation is important because it's a key to having people understand yourself. Because if I'm saying a bunch of words and I'm not saying them correctly, I pronounce them horribly and I don't say it well, then it's gonna be hard for people to understand and people won't get my message. I think Matthew just sent me. So people think you're good at speaking. Yeah, that's also one of the reasons. So if you're properly pronouncing things, you appear confident. You show that you know your stuff. You show that you are fluent and you show that you are well versed in this language. Yeah. So now I'm going to tell you guys about a clear distinction in this class. There's a difference between public speaking and English, where where English is more so how you, it's more so the language itself, like how you write it, how you pronounce different letters in these things, how you put these letters together and write things. And so yes, public speaking and English are pretty similar. Public speaking and English do have differences. Public speaking is more of how you say things. So this class, I'm not going to go through like every single step by step on how you improve your public speaking, not public speaking, how you improve your pronunciation. I'm not going to say like pronounce o. I'm not gonna make you guys do that because that's just not the essence of public speaking. That's more so just learning how to speak English itself, not how to be a confident speaker. Because public speaking is not only for English, it's also for Chinese. It's also for no, not Chinese. It's also for Mandarin, for French, for any single language that anything is. Public speaking is important. So learning like specifically for English is not thing. So most of the time for this lesson today, I'm going to be giving advice specifically for how to improve in general at pronouncing things in just any language, and more not like just how you pronounce specifically English words, because public speaking is not just English, it's also many other languages. Okay, so now let's go through how to improve as a public speaker specifically. This is just 4 pieces of advice, just like last class, that I will give you just to improve as a public speaker in general in pronouncing things. Yeah. So firstly would be to slow down. Just like for flow, it is really important that you're at a pace where you're not going to mess up, or you're at a pace where you can easily understand your words and sight read. So if I'm reading a book and there's like a word in there that I may not be able to properly pronounce, if I'm already moving at a really fast pace and I suddenly stop and then I have to think, and how do I pronounce this word? Then suddenly your pace is cut off and you're unable to keep going, and it kind of just like ruins your entire flow. But if you go slowly, you give your chance to actually articulate the word and say it properly and give it up. So slowing down is important in both flow and pronunciation. Next would be to develop that proper vocabulary. This is feedback for this is also for like any language. If you just know what words there are and how they sound, then you will improve. Like I'm not gonna point out anybody, but I had a couple. I know a couple of people who just struggle with a couple words, and that's just because their vocabulary is not as big. So if you work towards expanding your vocabulary and actually making it so that you know these words, if you're reading a book and you come across a fancy word, you know what it is. If you know these words, then it will be more easy to pronounce them because you're familiar with them. Furthermore, if you know how words sound, then you can easily figure out how other words sound. Maybe if I were to have a word spelled, I'll type it in chat actually. If I have a word that's like maybe the word celebration. Now, and then this is a word that I'm not familiar with. This is a word that I've never heard of. And so I'm giving a speech, and then all of a sudden I want to say a word that's celebration, but I don't know how to say it. Well, I know that celebration, I know how to say nation, I know how nation's pronounced, I know how celery is pronounced, so I can just figure it out, celebration. So combined with having a large vocabulary, you have a better understanding of learning how to pronounce words. So what I would suggest for this is just reading in general, because that's a really good thing in developing. It's a really useful tool in developing a proper vocabulary and learning how to use the right words in the right time. Because it's not only how you say the words, it's about what words you're saying. And next would be listening to others. Same feedback as for flow. When you listen to other people, how they speak, you get to learn yourself how to actually speak. And finally, this is universal feedback for literally anything. Practice. Read out loud. Take any opportunity you get to speak, and then practice your ability to pronounce words. So overall, you develop your articulation. Any questions? No? Awesome, awesome. Okay. So just like I said last class, I'm just gonna give you guys a refresher. There's no secret to public speaking, it's only experience. It's not like if you do a voice exercise where you scream as loud as you possibly can every single night before you go to bed, suddenly you're gonna be able to pronounce any word that you've ever known. That's just not the case. You can only develop the ability to speak and properly articulate your ideas is if you actually gain the experience, if you actually try, if you actually go out of your way to make that attempt to speak at every single moment. And this is why I want you guys to raise your hand every single time. And this is why I try my best to focus delegate most of my class time towards actually speaking instead of a lesson. All right, any questions on articulation in general? No? Awesome, awesome. Okay, okay. So now, oh, okay. So now let's move towards what's it called? Yeah. So now let's oh yeah. Now I have two activities planned for today. The first one would be something called macabre. Who here knows what a macabre story is? Yeah, I think it's in grade 6 you learn what a macabre story is at the end of the year. It's a short story unit. Who here knows what macabre is? It's fine if you don't, but who here knows? Nobody? Well, that's surprising. All right, that's fine. Yeah, macabre is a form of short story which is, I think, centered around horror. I don't have the exact definition. I can probably search that up right now. Yeah, macabre, not macabre stories. Macabre. Macabre is like having strong ideas, like mainly death as an example, and macabre is just like mainly short, like scary stories. Yeah. Oh, Matthew, you're only grade 4. That's perfectly fine. Yeah. So macabre is a term that I think you'll learn later on. It's a type of short story. So now this as a practice towards actually developing the ability to pronounce things, we will be reading a macabre story. Uh, I think how many students do we have? One, two. Let me check. Not 8 participants. Perfect. We're gonna be reading a short story called The Vault. I've actually never read the story, so it's gonna be our first time reading it. Hopefully it's appropriate. Actually, I'll go over that right now. But it's actually a really good story. Because it's a macabre story, and this story is a horror story, and this is just so that you guys can get the ability to read on spot and like to be able to pronounce the words that are in the story that you may have not seen before. And if you ever like stumble at a word that you do not know how to pronounce, then I will actually just tell you how to pronounce it so that you're actually able to expand your vocabulary while reading the story. Because short stories usually have a lot of fancy words, and I love fancy words. Okay, then. So who would like to read our story first? Who would like to be a brave volunteer? Oh, did I see someone raise their hand? Nope. Okay, let's see how many pages we have. 13? No, 12. Okay, let's have one person read one page. All right, who would like to come up and read first? No one? Okay, I guess I'll pick. This is a perfect opportunity for me to set up a wheel of names. Because I've never I usually have one for all my classes, but I do not have one this class, so I will actually create one right now. Oh, this was my old class. Okay, awesome. So let's see who's in our class. And Lucas, awesome. Terrence, Matthew, Kathy, Zichin, Amy, Resor, and Candace. Some saucy. I'll actually save this. Save to cloud. Save as um School public speaking class 1. Save. Okay, awesome. Okay, let's see who this picks. Ooh, Lucas. Awesome. All right, Lucas, you are our brave volunteer. So, all right, just read to the first page until right about sweating face right here. All right, you got
Okay.
this.
The Velt. George, I wish you'd look at the nursery. What's wrong with it? I don't know. Well, then, I just want you to look at it, is all. Or call a psychologist in to look at it. What would a psychologist want with a nursery? You know very well what he'd want. His wife paused in the middle of the kitchen and watched the stove busy humming to itself, making supper for 4. It's just that the nursery is different now than it was. All right, let's have a look. They walked down the hall of their soundproofed Happy Life home, which had cost them $30,000 installed. This house, which clothed and fed and rocked them to sleep and played and sang and was good to them. Their approach sensitized a switch somewhere, and the nursery light flicked on when they came within 10 feet of it. Similarly, behind them in the halls, light went on and off as they left them behind, with a soft automat automaticity. Well, said George Hadley. They stood on the thatched floor of the nursery. It was 40 feet across by 40 feet long and 30 feet high. It had cost half again, cost half again as much as the rest of the house. But nothing's too good for our children, George had said. The nursery went silent. It was empty as a jungle glade at hot high noon. The walls were blank and 2-dimensional. Now, as George and Lydia Hadley stood in the center of the room, the walls began to purr and recede into crystalline distance, it seemed, and presently an African Velt appeared, in 3 dimensions on all sides, in color reproduced to the final pebble and bit of straw. The ceiling above them became a deep sky with a hot yellow sun. George Hadley felt the perspiration start on his brow. Let's get out of this sun, he said. This is a little too real, but I don't see anything wrong. Wait a moment, you'll see, said his wife. Now the hidden Odorom Odoroff
I think it's
Autorophonics.
autorophonics.
Now the
Thank you, Mark.
hidden Autorophonics were beginning to blow a wind of odor at the 2 people in the middle of the baked Veltlin. The hot straw smell of lying grass, the cool green smell of the hidden water hole, the great rusty smell of animals, the smell of dust like a red paprika in the hot air, and now the sounds, the thump of distant antelope feet on grassy sod, the papery rustling of vultures. A shadow passed through the sky. The shadow flickered on George Hadley's upturned, sweating face.
All right, thank you, Lucas. I think, yeah, some fancy words here. I actually do not know how to pronounce
That's
autophonics. Probably autophonics. Let's check. Pronoun. Oh, Terrence, you want to read next?
yeah.
Awesome. Okay, let's just go over what we already see. Where's this story taking place? Anybody know?
Not
Let's
me.
see. Yeah,
In a
Terrence?
nursery?
In a nursery? Yeah, I think so. Autophonics. Where's the sound? It's odorophonics. Odorophonics. Odor. Makes sense. Okay. All right, let's odorophonics, perspiration, and brow. And I think there's also one automaticity. Yeah. Those are some words. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Terrence. Okay. Let me just remove Lucas's name. Let me remove your name. Okay. So, Terrence, you may read from filthy creatures to all the way to down here that says handkerchief. Okay?
Wait, where's the filthy creature?
Right here. You see my mouse?
Filthy creatures. Filthy creatures and vultures. You see, they are lions are over that way. Now they're on their way to the waterhole. They've just been eating, said Lydia. I don't know some what some animal George Henley put his hand up to his shield. Off the burning light from his squinted eyes, a zebra or a baby giraffe, maybe. Are you sure? His wife countered practically tensely. No, it's a little late to be sure, he said, amused. There's nothing over there I can see but cleaned bones. The vultures dropped what was left. Did you hear? Did you bear? Did you bear that scream? She asked. No, about a minute ago. Sorry, no. The lions were coming, and again George Harry was filled with admiration for a mechanical genius who had convinced this film a miracle of efficiency ceiling for an absurd low price. Every home should have one. Oh, occasionally with frightening mechanical accuracy. They startle you, give you approval, and most of the time, what fun for everyone. Not only your own son and daughter, but for yourself. But you felt like a quick jaunt to a virgin land, a quick charge of scenery. Well, there it is. And here, there, where the lines now, 15 feet away, so real, so precious and startling. Real that you could feel the bickering burn in your head. The yellow mouth was stuffed with daisy upsole smell of the heated pelts. The yellow of them was stuffing your eyes like the yellow up exquisitely French tapestry and yellow lions in the summer grass, and the sound of mattering lions' lungs hailing into silence nodded. The smell of meat from the painting dropped mouth. The lions looked at George and Lydia, terrible green yellow eyes. Watch out, screamed Lydia. The lions came running at them. They bolted and ran. George sprang after, outside of the hall. The door slammed. He was laughing, and she was crying. They both stood applaud. And the other reaction, George, Lydia, oh my poor dear sweet Lydia. They almost got us. They almost got us. Walls, Lydia, remember? Crystal walls. That's all they are. Oh, look at me. I must admit, African and Europe, but it is dimensionally superiation. Superiation colored film and metal tape behind the scenes is all automatic. The sonics. Lydia, here's my handkerchief.
Thank you, Terrence. Awesome, awesome. So, who are the two main people in this story? Anybody? I mean, their names are on the screen somewhere. Yeah, Candace?
Lydia and George.
Yep. Awesome. Okay, I think a couple words. Super sensitive. Once again, odor of phonics. Review word. Super reactionary. What else is there? Appalled. Um, what else is there? There's also, oh yeah, conceived. Yeah, a couple more words. I just think read it slower, and then you can like spend more time reading the words so that you're able, because this is a new text, you're probably not familiar with it. So if you spend more time, you're able to properly read the words. Yeah, awesome though. Great job. Thank you, Terrence. Okay. Matthew volunteered to go next. So Matthew, you can read from I'm afraid to of course he's not, he said. So just read this entire page, starting from I'm afraid. All right, you may begin.
I'm afraid. Got to be it not wrong. Promise and not
Sorry, Matthew, you're cutting out a lot. Do you have another microphone, or is it just me?
um
You have another microphone to use?
I don't know like
Sorry, yeah. All right, just keep going then, it's fine.
it's got to be that's all there is. Release blocks and working too hard. Correct. I don't know, but I'm going to I don't see I'm going to I don't shut the on my accident. Yes, nodded. I and myself. Yes, a frantic, watery eyes sweep the house, but I thought that was why we thought we acted funny. That's just a few around here. The house, I thought mother died after after I described as a as the automatic ice cream. It's often late. I suppose I haven't been looking to know what to do with yourself. You smoke a little for every morning, drink a little for every uh a little more every night. You feel enough. I must I believe George found him at the time that the door and thought from something
Awesome. Thank you, Matthew. Yeah, awesome. Okay. Oh, I don't have any questions for you guys about this text. No, not this page. Okay then. All right then. What time is it? 4:50. Okay. Any other volunteers want to read? Let's see how I know that. No one? Okay then. I guess we'll do one more reading. See how long that takes, and then we will. Oh no, Matthew's name is on here. And then we will. Okay, that's fine. And then we will do the next second activity, which I think is pretty fun, in my opinion. Okay then. So Zichin, you're up. Zichin, you
Okay.
may begin. Wait, no, wait, sorry, yeah. From at dinner, they ate alone to
At the
tea bed page. So just the entire page. All right, you got
at
this. Thank you.
dinner they ate alone. For Wendy and Peter were a special plastic carnival across town, and bad televised home to say they'd be late. To go ahead eating. So George, how do you say it?
I think it's like Hadley. It doesn't really matter. It's the name.
Hadley
Yeah,
be-
Hadley.
bemused, sat watching the dining room table produce warm dishes of food from its mechanical interior. We forgot the ketchup, he said. Sorry, said a small voice within the table, and ketchup appeared. As for the nursery, thought George, had they? It won't hurt for the children to be locked out for it a while. Too much of anything isn't good for anyone, and it's clearly indicated that the children have been spending a little too much time on Africa. That sun, he could feel it on his neck, still like a hot pot, and the lions, and the smell of blood. Remarkable how the nursery caught the telepathic emanation of the children's mind and created life to fill their every desire. The children saw lions and there were lions. The children saw zebras and there were zebras. Some giraffes, death to death. That last. He chewed tastelessly on the meal that the table back cooked for him. Death thoughts. They were awfully young. Wendy and Peter for death thoughts. Or, no, you were never too young. Really. Long before you knew what death was, you were wishing it on someone else. When you were 2 years old, you were shooting people with cat pistols. But this, the hot African the awful death in the jaws of lions, and repeated again and again. What are you doing? He didn't answer. Lena, preoccupied, let the lights glow softly on ahead of him. Extinguished behind him as he padded to the nursery door. He listened against it. Far away a lion roared. He unlocked the door and opened it. Just before he stepped aside, he heard a faraway scream, and then another roar from the lion, which subsided quickly. He stepped in Africa. How many times in the last year he had opened this door and found Wonderland, Alice, the Mock Turtle, or Aladdin and his magical lamp, or Jack Pumpkinhead of Oz, or Dr. Dolittle, or the cow jumping over a very real appearing moon. All the delightful contraptions of a make-believe world. How often has he seen Pegasus flying in the sky ceiling, or seen fountains of red fireworks, or heard angel voice singing, But now it's yellow hot Africa. The big ocean was murdered in the heat. Perhaps Linda was right. Perhaps they needed a little vacation from the fantasy,
Fantasy.
which was growing a bit too real for 10-year-old children. It was all right to exercise one mind with dramatic fantasies, but when the lively child mind settled on one pattern, it seemed that as at a distance for the past month, he had heard lions roaring and smelled their strong odors seeping as far away as his study door. But being busy, he had paid it no attention.
Awesome. Thank you, Zichin. And I think there's a couple, like one or two words. There's seeping and mechanical. Yeah. Awesome then. Great job. Thank you to I think Zichin, Matthew, Terrence Dong, and Lucas. Yeah, thank you for reading. Awesome. Anybody else want to read before we move on to our next activity? Oh, Candace? Awesome. Okay then. Wait, okay. Awesome. Okay, just read from George Hadley to no. There's a lot of dialogue this page.
George Hadley stood on the African grassland alone. The lions looked up from their feeding, watching him. The only flaw to the illusion was the open door through which he could see his wife. Far down the dark hall, like a framed picture, eating her dinner abstractedly. Go away, he said to the lions. They did not go. He knew the principle of the room exactly. You send out your thoughts, whatever you thought would appear. Let's have Aladdin and his lamp. He snapped. The vulture's land remained. The lions remained. Come on, room, I demand. Aladdin, he said. Nothing happened. The lions mumbled in their baked pelts. Aladdin, he went back to dinner. The full room's out of the order, he said. It won't respond. Or what? For it can't respond, said Lindia. Because the children have thought about Africa lions and killing so many days that the room's in a rut. Could be, or Peter sets it to remain that way. Said it? He may have got into the machinery and fixed something. He's a wise one for 10. That IQ of his. Nevertheless. Hello, Mom. Hello, Dad. The Hadleys returned. Wendy and Peter were coming in the front door. Cheeks like peppermint candy. Eyes like bright blue agate marbles. A smell of ozone on their jumpers from their trip in a helicopter. You're just in time for supper, said both parents. We're full of strawberry ice cream and hot dogs, said the children, holding hands. But we'll sit and watch. Yes, come tell us about the nursery, said George Hadley. The brother and sisters blinked at him and then at each other. Nursery? About Africa and everything, said the father with false joviality. I don't understand, said Peter. Your mother and I were just traveling through Africa with rod and reel. Tom Swift and his electric lion, said George Hadley. There's no Africa in a nursery, said Peter simply. Oh, come now, Peter. We know better. I don't remember any Africa, said Peter to Wendy. Do you? No.
Awesome. Thank you, Wendy. I think there are two words. One is machinery, and one more that I don't even know how to pronounce is I think joviality. I think it means like happiness or something, or excitement or something. Let's see how to pronounce. Oh, wait, let me stop sharing and then reshare my screen. Share sound. Awesome. How to pronounce
Joviality.
joviality. Ah, you can see like if you look at this word, joviality, you see like the bottom, it's like ality. So you could think of it like reality, like what's real and what's not reality, and then you could like put it into joviality. Such a weird word. What does it mean though? That's the weird question. Joviality. I think in this book, well, being friendly, yeah, fake being friendly, false friendliness. I think in this story, there's like a fancy house that can make anything into existence or something, magical machinery and stuff. Seems very cool, very interesting, very bizarre. Okay, awesome. Now your turn. What do you guys? Sorry, not your turn yet. Do you guys want to do anything? Do you guys want to keep? Is there anybody else that wants to keep reading, or yeah? Is there anyone else want to keep reading? Want to read the next page? No? All right, that's fine. Awesome. Okay, let's move on to our next exercise. And we'll actually begin with the people who have not spoken yet for this next exercise. Who here has heard of something fun called tongue twisters? Raise your hand, like in your camera or on Zoom. The 1, 2, 3 from Lucas. Awesome. All right. Yeah, I think a couple people know what tongue twisters are. Yeah, tongue twisters are my friend and my favorite thing in public speaking. I think I do this with like all my classes. We do tongue twisters because they're so fun. And like you get in tongue twisters, they're essentially like I misspelled tongue. They are phrases that are very hard to like pronounce. Like maybe she sells she sells seashells by the seashore. Yeah, like phrases like that. So they're actually really fun. I love tongue twisters. And it helps it improve pronunciation because you're able to say words, complicated words, and like slow down to enunciate them and properly pronounce them. Okay, tongue twisters generator. I think there's one that I used to use right here. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So who would like to go first? Actually, no, let's see. Okay, Candace went. Thank you. We have 3 people who have not gone yet. So we got Kathy, Amy, Resor. Do any of you guys want to go first?
I can go first.
Awesome. Perfect. Okay. I'll remove your name from the people. Okay. So let's go. Generate tongue twister. Oh, that's long. All right. Repeat this maybe 3 times fast. Well, not fast. Just repeat it 3 times. Yeah, you may begin.
Hassock, black spotted. Hassock, black spot on a black back of a black spotted hassock. Do I need to repeat again?
Just do it like twice. It's fine.
Hassock, black spotted. Hassock, black spot on a black back of a black spotted hassock. Hassock, black spotted hassock. Black spot on a black back of a black spotted hassock.
Awesome. Fancy one. I only know a couple myself. I never actually heard of this one. Hassock, black spotted hassock. So strange. Okay. Now of Amy and Risha, do any of you guys want to go?
I can go.
Awesome. Okay, let's see what's next. Oh, tie. Okay. Yeah. Maybe you repeat it 3 times fast. You may begin.
Tie a knot, tie a knot, tie a tight, tight knot, tie a knot in the shape of a knot. Okay. Tie a knot, tie a knot, tie a tight, tight knot, tie a knot in the shape of a knot. Tie a knot, tie a knot, tie a tight, tight knot, tie a knot in the shape of a knot.
Awesome. I think the hardest tongue twisters are the ones that are like multiple sounds that are not the same, but like seem the same. Like Like the one I did as example, she sells by the seesaw. Um, horribly mispronounced that, but it's like when there's a lot of words that are like very similar but slightly different, it's hard. Yeah, we're tongue twisters. Okay. Finally, Resor. Your turn. All right. Cobalt speaking. Okay, Resor. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, let's see which one. Oh, this is short. Okay, 5 times fast.
Sheena leads, Sheila needs. 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 Sheena leads, Sheila needs.
I think it'll be like a rap song. That was fire. Like it rhymes too. That's awesome. All right, who would like to voluntarily go for tongue twisters? I mean, no, for class on tongue twisters. Candice. Awesome. Okay, let's see. Oh, I got a message in chat. Oh, Matthew, you wanna go? Okay, after Candice. Awesome. Generate tongue twister. Oh, okay. 3 times fast. Candice.
Chester Cheetah chews a chunk of cheap cheddar cheese. Chester Cheetah chews a chunk of cheap Chester cheese. Chester Cheetah chews a chunk of cheap Chester cheese.
I love Chester cheese. It's so funny. Tongue twisters are so fun. Awesome. Thank you, Candice. All right, Matthew. Let's see which one you get. Oh, a lot of F's. Okay. 3 times fast.
5 fuzzy French frogs frolicked fields in France. 5 fuzzy French frogs frolicked. 5 fuzzy French frogs frolicked.
Awesome. 5 fuzzy French frogs. Very strange. Have you guys ever seen a fuzzy frog? Let's see if they actually exist. Fuzzy frog. Look at this. Look at this fuzzy frog. Ain't no way. I don't think they actually exist though. It's such a strange phrase. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Anybody else want to voluntarily go next? Tongue twisters. What? No one? Okay, don't make me pick. Come on, tongue twisters are fun. You guys should be volunteering for this. Okay, who has gone? Amy, Resor, Candice. Oh, perfect. You guys are right next to each other. And Kathy, I think, has also gone. Yep. Matthew has also gone. That leaves 3. Lucas, Zichin, and Terrence. Let's see. Do any of you guys want to go voluntarily? Or I'll spin the wheel.
I guess me.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Zichin. Let's go. Okay, let's see what we get. Drum roll. Generate tongue twister. Oh, whoa. I
Oh,
love this one. Oh my god, I can do this one so well. Okay. Actually, I can only do the start of it. Okay. Zichin, just do it once.
okay. How much wood could Chuck Woods woodchuck chuck if Chuck Woods woodchuck could and woodchuck would if Chuck Woods woodchuck could and woodchuck would? How much wood could and woodchuck woodchuck chuck woodchucks the woodchuck he would as much as he could, and chuck as many wood as any woodchuck would, if a woodchuck could and woodchuck.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh my god. Yeah, I think I've learned the other version, like not specifically like Chuck's Wood, but like it's I think it's a song of it. It's like how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? And a woodchuck would chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Yeah, I've learned how to do that one seamlessly. Okay. Terrence and Lucas, do any of you guys want to volunteer? Nope. I see Lucas shaking his head. Okay, Lucas, you're up next. Awesome. All right, Lucas. Let's see. I wish you. Okay. How about this? 3 times fast.
I wish to wish the wish you wish to wish, but if you wish the wish the wish wishes, I won't wish the wish you wish to wish. I wish to wish the wish you wish to wish, but if you wish the wish wishes, I won't wish the wish you wish to wish. I wish to wish the wish you wish to wish, but if you wish the wish wishes, I won't wish the wish you wish to wish.
My God, that was a banger. And that seems so fun to say. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Terrence, your turn. Let's see which one you get. Oh, that's too easy. Excited execution. Okay. This seems somewhat difficult. Alright, how about this? 5 times fast, Terrence. Alright, the floor is yours. Terrence? You there? Is Terrence there? Let me see. Terrence, you there? No? Alright, that's fine. Excited executioner exercising his exercise. Excising. What does that mean? Excising. Meaning. Let's check. To remove. Oh. Excited executioner. Oh, Terrence unmuted. Terrence, you there?
Yeah, I'm back.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Let's generate another one then. Okay. 5 times fast, Terrence. Terrence?
Yeah?
5
I'm
times
just
fast.
What?
Want to do this tongue twister?
I'm not gonna tongue twister. They're my
Doesn't
worst.
matter. Have fun. 5 times fast.
Alright. Elizabeth has 11. Okay, this is hard. Elizabeth has 11 elves in her elm tree. Elizabeth has 11 elves in her elm tree. This is hard. Elizabeth has 11 elves in her elm tree. That is hard. I'm gonna stop for now. You guys go do them.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, Elizabeth has 11 elves in her elm tree. Yeah, tongue twisters. Let's see what an elm tree is. Elm tree. Images. These images look unappealing. Ooh, that's a nice tree. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, let's see how much time we have. 12, 5, 12. Okay, we have 3 minutes left. So, anybody else want to go again? Oh, Candace? Alright, awesome. Oh. Oh. Wow, this is like the one. Okay, awesome. Candace, you may begin. 3 times
How much
fast.
ground would a groundhog hog? If a groundhog could hog ground, a groundhog would hog all the ground he could hog. If a groundhog could hog ground, how much ground would a groundhog hog? If a groundhog could hog ground, a groundhog would hog all the ground he could hog. If a groundhog could hog ground. How much ground would a groundhog hog? If a groundhog could hug ground. A groundhog could hug all the ground he could hug. If a groundhog could hug the ground.
Awesome. Okay. I guess we'll wrap it up now. Yeah. So tongue twisters, hard and difficult. It's really fun though. And they're really fun to do, and they actually improve your pronunciation because you're able to pronounce those certain words when it's hard to pronounce, and you're able to pronounce the hardest of the words. Like I think there's a word I did when I was teaching it for free, is Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Well, I don't even know how to spell it. Worcestershire. Yeah. Worcestershire. It's a really hard word to pronounce, but these pronunciations allow you to, when you're speaking, you're able to properly say the right words and say them in the correct way. And so reading, when you just reading first day, what we did today, reading stories that you've never read before and reading texts that you've never read before out loud, what this allows you to do is to gain that ability to go out there and speak on spot and be able to pronounce the words in your way. And it also helps you just expand the amount of words that you know. So 2 things that we did, read and tongue twisters, and I hope you guys should probably practice tongue twisters at home. They're actually really fun. And read more out loud. And they're just to improve pronunciation. And yeah, with that, I will see you guys next class. Great job today. Hope you guys had fun with the tongue twisters. See you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.